My first paranormal experience happened the Christmas I turned 5. There was a doll on the market that I had to have. She was a life-size doll. And that is all I asked for that Christmas. And being 5 and having dolls, that was everything to me. As we all prepared to get ready for bed Christmas Eve and chitter-chatter in a large family of what Santa Claus would bring, what our parents would give us, I just knew Mom and Dad would get me that doll. Christmas morning, I excitedly got up and ran down the stairs, and there she was, all wrapped up in a bow. Christmas Day ended on a happy note, and it was time for bed. I shared a room with my older sister. She was just a year older than I was, and she was always the first to go to sleep. Being excited about my doll, I lay there in the bed staring at her, admiring her. I couldn't wait for the next day to come so I could play with her. Oh, I got many other presents that Christmas, but she was by far my favorite. As I laid there admiring my doll, there was a cold chill in the room that night. I snuggled deeper under the covers, but left only my eyes, so I continued to watch my doll. Having trouble going to sleep, I lay there with lots of things going through my mind. And being 5, sometimes you don't know what goes through our minds at that age. But I looked over at the doll, and I spoke the words, "If you're so big, why don't you walk?" At that moment, I became instantly afraid. I buried myself deeper under my covers, leaving only one eye open to look out into the room. I heard a slight tapping sound. It was an odd sound, and I watched as my doll slid from the chair into a standing position. I froze where I was. I tried to scream out for my mom, but the words wouldn't come. Pulling the covers closer, I watched as she started to shuffle towards me, towards my bed. Footsteps echoing in the darkness. The doll looked scary in the glow of the nightlights. When she got 2 feet from my bed, it was then I had the courage to scream out. Terrified, I pushed myself up against the wall, waking my sister up. My sister jumped out of bed and ran towards mine. Just then, Mom came running into the room. She had to coax me out of the corner. I had become a part of the wall. She tried to convince me, "It's a nightmare, honey. You just had a nightmare." The words were tumbling out of my mouth faster than my brain could comprehend what I had just seen. I knew I wasn't sleeping. I was wide awake. I tried to convince her that the doll had walked, and she was convincing me it was a nightmare, but I knew better. She wanted to tuck me back in, and I refused until she took the doll out of my room. She took it into her room and put it in her closet, and came back and laid down with me until I had fallen asleep. Part about this paranormal experience: when my sister woke up and my mom came into the room, the doll was sitting in the chair like she had when I put her there. Being 5 years old, I could not comprehend at that time what I had seen or what had happened to me. But I knew from that moment on, I did not want the doll. She had to give the doll away. And of course, in my younger years, I needed to sleep with a nightlight. My mom did not understand my fear of the dark because she thought I had a nightmare. It wasn't until I got older that she understood. Spirits do exist. The paranormal. Something beyond our understanding. Please give this video a like